thank you for joining me. I must confess, I do have ulterior motives in inviting you on this nature walk. No, nothing so sinister. It's only that I suspect you would benefit from some time away from the army. They are well-meaning. They are just loud. I'm not unused to crowds. In Hoshino, festivals are common during peacetime, and there are many servants helping to maintain the royal home besides. And of course, as a dancer, I understand the importance of celebrations and campfire dances to the group's morale. Excitement is not a sin, but it can become overwhelming. For you and I, that can quickly create a dangerous situation. That's another reason I asked you to come with me. We're almost there. Do you hear the waves? We're following the stream. There should be a pond up ahead. No, I haven't been here before, but I can sense it. Just around this bend. Here, step past the trees and stand on the bank with me. Isn't it beautiful? Standing here on the edge of the shore, it looks like the whole world has opened up. And yet, somehow, the forest surrounding us makes this feel like an island, set apart from the whole world. Like its own deep roam? That's a good comparison. A peaceful little bubble where the world can fall away, and at last your thoughts can settle. That is why I asked you to join me. The calm and serenity I find at the water's edge, it's perfect for meditation. And for you and I, mindfulness is a crucial skill to cultivate. Do you remember when I gifted you that dragon stone? You had lost yourself and become trapped inside your own body, unable to control the rage and fear coursing through you. That stone dampens the chaos and creates space for you to parse through your feelings and thoughts. Its power cannot be replaced. And our enemies know this. As this war continues, it becomes more and more clear to me that our heart's heaviest secrets are old news to the enemy's spies. They plant traps, ambush us, infiltrate our lines, and send spies. We have to assume they know how important that stone is. There may come a battle where they steal it from you. and I may not be close enough to immediately help. There is no replacement for a dragon stone. But there is a technique that can buy a few extra seconds for me to reach you. I wish to share it with you. It isn't hard, though, as with any skill, it does take practice. My family has passed this technique down through generations, with various adjustments and improvements throughout the years. But one thing has always remained the same: the water. Yes, you often find me practicing on a shore such as this. Life needs water, and as such, I find it rare that I am far from a flowing source. Even just the sound of the waves lapping against the bank or the shore brings me a great sense of calm. In some ways, it is a way for me to come home, no matter where I am and despite everything that has happened to me. You don't need a special connection to water. Simply observing and respecting it will be enough. Would you like to learn? Very well. I prefer to be barefoot when I practice by the water's side, though of course that is not always possible in the midst of battle. If you are one day forced to use this technique in the midst of danger, you will have to visualize the water as well. So the more you can practice at the water's edge, the better you will become at imagining it later. I will leave it up to you whether you wish to remove your shoes today. First, I step into the earth of the bank, allowing myself to sink in and feel a connection. The earth is solid and cool beneath me, around me. I remind myself I am a part of nature, and nature is a part of me. Embracing this is the first step. Open your mind to the world around you. Feel the air against your skin. Is it warm or cool? Listen to the waves, gently brushing the shore. See the way the world expands to the horizon, the way the sky stretches out above us into the stars. It surrounds us, breathes with us, is us, and we are it. Nature is everything. Now that you are aware of nature, it's time to become aware of yourself. Feel your bones. Focus on the places where your joints connect. Start in your shoulders. Is there tension? Do not try to correct it yet. Simply notice. Follow that line down your arms to your elbows. Are they bent or straight? down to your wrists, into your hands. How do your fingers hang or sit? Trace that line back up and then down your spine. Are you stiff? Is there pain? Numbness, perhaps? An arch or a straight line? As you move down into your hips and your pelvis, how do they rest? Do you lean to one side? Do you fidget? You may fidget as much as you like. Whatever is natural. Be natural. Be nature. In the space where your pelvis cradles your legs, how does each bone sit? Tracing down, are your knees locked? Bent? Do they ache or tingle? Lower still into your ankles. How do they turn? Do your toes curl or lay flat? Often we imagine ourselves inside a body, but the truth is, you are the body. For a few breaths, as shaky or even as they want to be, allow yourself to just be that body. You stand or sit or lay in whatever shape is natural to you. You draw breath at whatever pace is natural. You are natural. You exist. That is all you need to do or be. Only once you have rooted yourself in the body can you begin to focus the mind. This is when we turn to the water's gray waves. Look out over this pond. See how the surface is never truly smooth. Even in this serene space, it ebbs and flows. Watch the waves as they come. In, then out. In, then out. Let the water set the pace and match your breathing. In, then out. In, then out. In, then out. Become the waves. Even the calmest pond has its ripples. Nothing is ever truly still in nature, and neither are we. So we should not try to clear and still our minds. Instead, treat each stray thought as a ripple on the water's surface. Watch as it flows past, rising up and then fading, leaving the water smooth behind it until the next ripple comes. Do not interfere. If you tried to catch a ripple or stop it from flowing past, all you would achieve is splashing and creating hundreds more ripples in the process. So it is with thoughts. Notice them, then release them, and bring your focus back to center. The feeling of your bones, the sight of the pond stretched out before you. breathe in and out. Watch the ripples flow by. Look back to center, to the expanse of water before you. If you find your mind is full of rapids, rushing over stones, the water choppy and chaotic, we can use the body to re-find that center. We'll begin with feelings. Any physical feeling will do. Simply identify 5 things you can feel. For example, standing here with you on this shore, I can feel the cool mud beneath my feet. I feel the tickle of hair against my neck and the gentle brush of my skirt against my leg. I feel the water lapping at my ankles as it rolls in, and I feel my own breaths rumbling in my chest as I speak. Anything can count. Everything can count. Simply count 5. Good. Next, we will find 4 things we can see. In truth, the order of the senses does not matter. You could begin with 5 things you see and 4 things you feel. There are some senses that are easier than others to notice, though, and this will differ for each person. A blind man may save things I can see for last and list only one thing, nothing. That is acceptable as well. For me, I can see the ripples in the pond. I can see the trees, all around us and lining the opposite shore. I see clouds slowly drifting overhead. And I see you, standing here beside me. Yes, you may count me. You could even count the individual parts of me if you like. My veil, my hair, my nose, my left eye. It doesn't matter how you count it, only that you notice what you see. We continue to 3. 3 things you can hear. I hear the waves softly rolling in. I hear my own voice speaking with you. And I hear your breaths matching the pace of the waves. Breathing in, then out. In, then out. I find sometimes, as the numbers get smaller, finding things to point out gets harder. When that happens, I give myself permission to cheat, so to speak. Remember that it does not matter how you break down what you are observing. You could say you hear my words and hear my breaths in between the words, for example. Anything counts. Good. We're down to two. Two things you can smell. It is a good reminder to keep taking deep breaths as well. Breathe in, then out. Dissect the scents on the air. Are there distant flowers? The scent of rain in the air? I smell the perfume I put on this morning and the rich scent of wet earth on the shore. Yes, you may use the same examples as me. Anything counts. You're doing well. Last is just one thing you can taste. Sometimes I find it helpful to take a breath with an open mouth and see if I can taste anything on the air. Or I may cup my hands and drink from the water here. I have even heard of times when this method is used to calm oneself during crisis, where the person will lick their thumb to say they taste themselves. Any method counts. And if you truly cannot taste anything, you can take a moment to focus on the weight of your tongue in your mouth and allow nothing to be your one thing. For me, I taste a chill in the air. What do you taste? And now, how do you feel? Are you centered in your body? You can repeat the counting exercise as many times as you need to regain that control. I expect that even in the most harrowing battle, I should reach your side by the time you've finished counting your senses. When you are ready, you can release this calm with a final, heavy breath and slowly step back from the shore to return to the world beyond. Our allies are sure to embrace you with warm, if tired, smiles. I think I'll stay here a while longer. You may join me, but please don't feel obligated to. I simply wish to enjoy this little piece while I have it. Mm-hmm.